See my guy Ron Bailey, hopefully he's doing all right.
Yeah.
Let him know I'm thinking about him.
Okay.
Okay, please.
He's responding to text messages.
I don't
He's
have.
fine, he's fine.
I don't have my phone.
He's fine.
I talked to him. I'll let you.
Okay,
Yeah.
just, normally he's here, so let him know we're thinking about him.
All right, we'll let head coach Ed Cooley open with a statement. He is joined on the dais by Caleb Williams and Julius Halaifonua.
Okay, where you start? I thought we played for about 32 minutes, and the one thing I do want to say about Coach Ferry's team, I thought he did the right thing with his scheduling Maryland, going to Dayton. I thought he did a really good job. Those two games in particular, won some games at the buzzer. We prepped our men on their, just on their style of play, which is totally different than we're going to play in the Big East. We're coming off of what I thought was two very disappointing losses in Orlando to two very good teams, possibly two tournament teams. A sense of urgency out the gate in Orlando wasn't what we wanted, but I thought we responded today. I thought we defended well early. I thought we defended well to come out of the second half. And then the last 7 minutes, we've had a trend in these games here where we're not finishing the game, so I was disappointed with that. But happy with the win. You never want to be upset when you win a basketball game. It's a learning experience. Glad to be back home, really glad to be back home. And, I thought we performed really well offensively. 25 assists is probably the highest since I've been the coach here. So we shared the ball, yet defensively, we got our work cut out. We definitely got our work cut out. I did not like our defensive intensity. I didn't like our defensive discipline. I did not like our defensive weakness. So I thought we got exposed today. That's something we have a couple of days to work on before we head down south to play UNC. But happy with the win.
We'll open questions with Marcus and then go over to Bobby.
Hey, Coach, you got a good contribution off the bench from Jeremiah Williams, and Langston Love played the most minutes he's played this season. Just how do you think they played tonight, one? And two, do you feel like they're starting to get into a groove, especially Jeremiah, with roles and expectations?
I do, and this is the time of the year where we coaches normally shrink our rotation a little bit. You kind of know what you got. We're dealing with some sickness and injury, so that also plays into role allocation. But I thought they played well. I was really happy to see Langston. I need him to be a little bit more aggressive shooting the ball because that's what he does, and that's why we brought him here. Jeremiah's a natural leader, point guard, really good defender. So I think they're settling into their role and how they're going to help the group. I was happy with both of them and what they did today.
And for you, Caleb, the last two games, very good shooting days. It seems like you're starting to get into a groove, adjust to your new teammates. Are you feeling more in a groove with your shots, where they're coming from and who's getting it to you?
Yeah, definitely. I say, my coaches and my teammates put all the trust in me. They know it's my shot, it's something that I worked on a lot this summer. So them just keep telling me to be aggressive, and then for me, just looking to see when I can be aggressive within our offense so that it doesn't disrupt the flow.
All right, let's go to Bobby Bancroft.
And a lot was made of the slow starts in the tournament you guys just played in. Did you have to focus on that, or is that just something that you wanted the team to figure out?
We definitely focused on it, Bobby. We had to. We were 0-2 there, and both games. Put ourselves in such a big hole, and then the discipline side of our defense is I'm a little frustrated with. If you're going to be an elite team, if you're going to be a tournament team, you need to be a disciplined defensive team. Because offensively, we're going to score. I think we have a lot of different weapons. We have a lot of different guys that can do multiple things. But defensively, you're not going to win games if you don't have defensive discipline. In Orlando, I didn't feel that early.
You guys, well, let's focus on the good stuff then. You guys entered the game shooting the worst from three in the Big East. You guys made season high 11 threes tonight. 4 guys made multiple threes, including Langston Love getting, opening his 3-point account for you guys. What do you think was the difference tonight shooting the long ball?
Confidence. I think our staff does an incredible job getting guys in the gym, getting more reps up. We didn't shoot the ball well early, but where we're at, I always tell our guys, be confident when you're on the floor, make and take the right shot. Playing at home, you're probably a little bit more comfortable, right? And the ball's going into the basket at a little bit higher clip. Hopefully we can continue to do that because, again, three-point arsenal is gonna be part of our offensive repertoire.
Was tonight something you hope to see for Love going forward?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and you'll start to see his role, you know, he's a little bit more healthy. He said this is the healthiest he's been in 4 years, you know, literally 4 years. So we're very, very happy about that, and you'll start to see his minutes go up, and up.
All right, we'll go over here to Carl.
Coach, Julius tied a career high with 4 assists tonight. What kind of dynamic does that add to your offense when you can kind of run some things through him?
I think Julius is our best decision maker on the whole team, right? He has an incredible skill set to see the floor. Sometimes I think he needs to be a little bit more selfish. We need him to be selfish for us to be better. Incredible IQ for the game, incredible touch. You know, and again, Julius is in games where 8 games, played 4 or 5 games last year. He's still a puppy growing up, right? He's still a young man learning what we're doing here. But again, you can see him developing and getting better and better, and we're trying to utilize his size and skill set.
And then Julius, 16 points tonight. Do you feel like your scoring opened things up for you to find teammates cutting to the basket?
Yeah, for sure. Especially when I think I had 8 in the first half, and so that kind of made the defense kind of collapse more, and that made me, go to one of my strengths, which is finding open guys, and that's what I do.
All right, let's go to Gideon right here.
Coach, you mentioned the defense. What's the difference that you've seen when your defense is locked in and when it isn't?
Energy, toughness, focus, intentional. We got some things to address defensively, and we have 3 days before our next game. The practice is going to be very demanding over the next 48 hours with respect to defensive discipline and concentration. I am not happy on the defensive side of the ball. Happy we won, disappointed with coming out of Orlando, and that's in the past. I'd rather learn from that now than later, right? And that's why you do play in those tournaments. And I think we blew an opportunity in Orlando, we really did. So we got to try to make up for that as we go. And we're going to face a hungry team in Carolina. They're coming off an incredible win. They have length, they have size, but just our defensive toughness and discipline. I'm not feeling us edgy. We're not being disruptive. Right now, defensively, I will call us incredibly undisciplined and soft. So I hope our men are prepared for a really hard couple of days of defensive intensity.
Caleb, sort of the same question for you from feeling it on the court. What's the difference in mentality defensively when you guys feel locked in and thankful versus when you don't?
Like you said, just the connectivity. We talk a lot about when we see our defense forward, oftentimes we're not fully bought in. It takes all 5 guys to guard the other team. So it's really just that connection. We have that energy flowing throughout all 5 guys. Everybody's talking, everybody's connected. The defense looks a lot better.
And Julius, do you feel like there's a connection between when you guys are playing well offensively and it clicks defensively, and how do you make sure that you keep it on the defensive end regardless?
Yeah, I definitely think there's a connection there, and I think it starts with our defense. That sets up our offense 80% of the time. So if we can just start there, lock in defensively, then we'll be offensively.
When the ball's not going in, I think it's human nature to get frustrated. It's just you get frustrated, then you start pressing, you start doing things you don't normally do. You don't trust what we've been practicing. So I think kids just press, right? And not kids, just people in general, and they don't see the ball going in the basket. And again, I thought we had 3 or 4 shots today in transition that turned into the first pass for their transition baskets, right? So if you take a bad shot against good teams, I think Ferry's team is going to be one of the better teams in that league, if not win that league, right? I think he's done a really good job with that group. Again, I'm a big fan of what he does. I've known him for, I think his first or second year as a coach was at Bentley when I was playing at Stonehill, and I've known him all the way back then. To see what he's done in coaching and the job that he's done, I'm really proud to call him a friend. I think he does a really good job, and they're hard to guard.
And sorry, DHS, do you expect him to be available for Sunday?
Don't know yet, all right? He has not been feeling well. He's been in and out of the lineup. He's been in and out of practice. we'll get the doctor's report, I can definitely let you know. But he definitely is somebody we missed today for sure from a defensive standpoint.
Thank you.
Let's go to Nate from
Coach,
Hoya.
it wasn't just a high in assists, but a season low in turnovers. What was working for your ball movement today?
Confidence, I just think, the more we're together, you're seeing a lot of players grow up, and in particular Caleb, really, really grown up, more comfortable. But in this day and age, the guys that are here were also here last year, right? So in the portal era, a lot of the teams around the country that have retention of players that actually played, you see those players getting better and better. And hopefully the best is yet to come for both these guys, along with Malik, Fort, Kayvon. Those are the guys that returned, that trusted us, and, I think that really helps.
And then down the final stretch, you had 4 starters in and Jeremiah Williams. So how are you approaching that time split of the 4?
Honestly, I don't look at that, right? I mean, I've been fortunate to win a Big East championship. We played 4 guys 40 minutes, 1 guy 25 minutes, and the other one, you only need 5 dudes, man. I don't care who's out there. I'm not looking saying, I like this one, I like that one. I see 5 Georgetown men out there competing the best that they can. If they play all 40 minutes, then they play all. Are you in decent shape? I mean, that's. I'm not even trying to be an asshole. I'll be like, you do what you got to do to win the game, right? Do what you got to do to win the game. And didn't like how the game ended, but I don't pay attention to minutes. That's not something I've ever concentrated on.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate you guys. I hope you had a